So I guess talking about that in a little bit more depth, you know, what is sort of looking at as we head north above Forrest? We haven't really spoken about it much in the past.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of our focus has been on the southern end of Forrest and of the Miriam Shear zone, but particularly in the northern part, we're really just uncovering the prospectivity of that area now. So through our historic data compilation and investigation of that work, is we identified the Burbanks Monarch prospect there. So again, some really encouraging intercepts in historic air core, and I guess what is really pulling us to that area is those air core intercepts were on the end of the line. There was a last hole, and they've intercepted encouraging gold grades there and have not been followed up on. So look, we're going through at the moment. We want to clear all those areas with heritage and commence our our earlier stage work through there, soil sample it all, and really tighten up those targets and get those ready for initial drilling.
Yeah, and I guess as we head to Burbanks Monarch, there was the 10 metres at above 1 and then 5 above 2 sort of intercepts there on those last two holes. Yep. on those top two lines. And it just sits just off or near that interpreted Miriam Shear.
Yeah.
And that's about another 1.5 K north of Forrest as well.
That's right. And look, when we look at the interpreted shear through there, we know that there's going to be cross-cutting structures on that shear that could be really prospective. And we also know that both sides of the shear are prospective as well. So one of the things we see in the Miriam package is that there is a lot of historic workings on both sides of the shear. So we can kind of see evidence of gold mineralisation, along both sides of the shear there. So we see that strike length as being, both prospective on the eastern side and on the western side.
Yeah, and that's something obviously we'll look to start to include some of these regional targets after Forrest South, Burbanks Monarch, Goroke and a few others over time in phase 3 and potentially phase 4.
Correct.